The next product we're going to review today is the Orbee platform, which sits in the CDP, CDEP category as building an omni-channel, multi-source tracking of consumer engagement across a dealer group's websites and to activate that data into audiences to push out marketing campaigns. It all starts with the very advanced Orbee tag, which is observing all the activities that a consumer is doing on the website, feeding their CDP. This includes reading the new GA4 events established by the Automotive Standards Council, but it's more than that. It's identity resolution, it's data management to create a unified customer record. And that includes the shopping journey that can be visualized to help dealers understand how consumers are cross-shopping in their dealer groups, how to best activate that data on different platforms. And this is where Orbee shines. The fact that their CDP is aggregating all this information, stitching and using identity graphs to consolidate data records, then the beauty is that those data audiences can be directly pushed into Google Ads or directly pushed into Facebook or directly pushed into an email marketing campaign, all at a granular level. If a dealer has a marketing automation partner, no problem. Orbee can feed into that map technology. Or if a dealer wants to use Orbee's marketing automation or an agency using Orbee's marketing technology, no problem. The system is very modular. It's also customizable. Some of the largest, most profitable dealer groups in the United States are using the Orbee platform because of the high level of customization and the granular execution of marketing. Some CDPs require that the marketing be done by them, and that's fine if that's what the dealer wants. Or if a dealer wants to be able to create a robust data warehouse as a CDP and have the choice of their marketing partners, well, that's where Orbee shines. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at their video overview about their technology. I'm sure you're going to still have many questions because there's only so much time in any video on a very complex topic. But let's take a peek on how Orbee represents their platform.
Hi, my name is Atul Patel, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Orbee. Today, I'm going to be covering our AWA 2023 submission. We're excited to be participating, and we're going to specifically talk about our customer data platform and the way you can activate all that data through our marketing automation platform. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, Orbee kind of built a core analytics platform. We have the ability to track traffic everywhere it's coming from outside of sort of the Google Analytics capability. Now, why this is important is because we could actually study traffic down to the individual, and we're able to mark that individual and watch their journey throughout their experience with your dealership. But here's what's interesting. Because these are all driven by first-party cookies, I could literally browse a dealership site and I could use the Orbee Tag Manager to and Tag Helper to really understand what is being tracked throughout this journey. Now, I'm going to cover how we use this data to drive segmentation in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about the analytics. This analytics data is used to really listen to the entire journey of a customer. Keep in mind that there's many people who are browsing your websites, interacting with your brand and your vehicles and other services without having been identified. And because that, you want to make sure that that data is held sort of in cold storage, if you will, and is able to be onboarded the second you know who that individual is. So in this example here, this person actually filled out a form. And so we could actually identify all of the activity that they performed throughout their journey, the cars they looked at, the number of visits, where they came from, and so forth. But here's what's interesting about this. we're able to track every single event. That means both inside of the main website as well as any of the widgets that are on your site. And if you're a large dealership group, you could do even more powerful things, such as connect the journeys between all of your rooftop web URLs. Now, what we do with this data is we also have the ability to receive third party leads. So, the way this works is you have the ability to effectively provide your third parties a email address so that all the third party leads that are traditionally sent into the CRM alone can also be sent to your CDP. The reason why this is important because CRMs could change the data and based on rules that you've defined. So this is not a problem. This is effectively how it was designed to deduplicate leads, to choose the previous source rather than the new source. And as the lead continues down its journey, its source could also change to internet up, email up, phone up, etc., losing all of that rich data around its original source. What we do is we connect these third-party lead sources along with all of the traffic that individual performed on your website, and we're able to truly view that entire journey. Now, what happens to these individuals after they've performed various actions? They might have performed actions within a chat widget inside of the schedulers for service, on your main website within VDPs. Both hard conversions and soft conversions are all important in this process. In fact, if I go to this website and I change my selection to used BMWs, Orbee is able to listen to all this data and it understands what has changed on the website. This is a perfect example of soft conversions that you've been hearing about a lot. Well, you can use all this data to then segment your users. Traditionally, you will retarget your users based on high-level concepts like the vehicles they looked at, such as with carousels and VLAs, or maybe that they visited your website or didn't visit. But we believe that the future of optimization is around actually further segmenting your people. And as you know, with third-party advertising platforms, you have to hit a certain threshold. But because we're our own tag management system, we know how many times we delivered a pixel, effectively a retargeting pixel to all the various sources. So you're able to understand from your vantage point, how many times did you control the number of calls to these third parties? Traditionally, you would only know as much as the other system would tell you. Now, another aspect that's important in this whole process is the ability to ingest and correlate inventory to shoppers. So because we're pulling both inventory through your feed provider, we're also scraping the data because we actually like to combine the metadata that's available on the website with the metadata that's coming through the feed, further enhancing the data. And why do we do this? Because number one, we're able to understand which vehicles are getting which views and from which individuals. So if I actually go ahead and look at historically all of the vehicles this dealership had, I could actually study every one of those shoppers, how many vehicles had how many shoppers, and where did those shoppers come from? Now, why would you do this? Because we believe that in the future, you will actually limit the number of retargeting spend that you perform on cars that have too many visitors. If vehicles already have lots of identified people, you should be emailing them. You should be enhancing your BDC process with those leads and not actually choosing to spend a lot of capital, a lot of advertising budget towards that. And we do this by creating subsets of vehicles. We have the ability, because we ingest the inventory and we understand the views and the consumers associated with it, we have the ability to cut up that inventory and choose what is delivered to your third-party feed endpoints such as Facebook carousels or Google VLAs or even Auto Trader, Car Gurus, Cars.com, and other aggregators. Now, what can you do with all this data that we've now collected and segmented? You have the ability to activate advertising. Now, what we do is very different than, an agency model where you're still going to need that consultative service. What we do is automated advertising. We create product-based and segment-based retargeting campaigns that are automatically generated at scale for you and delivered to your Google account or any Google account that is being managed by your partner. So in this example, I'm going to go ahead and go to a different rooftop here. I can actually view all of the various categories that advertising is being spent on. So I have the ability to know that campaigns are being delivered to certain make model campaigns, etc. I'm going to have to actually go to a different account here. And so in this example, I'm able to see all of the different campaigns. These are actually real budgets that could be adjusted and deactivated right inside this platform. And again, tying analytics, CDP, and now elements of marketing automation. Keep in mind that SEM has, in fact, the word marketing in it. And so we believe that SEM is just a core part of your whole marketing mix. So with that, we also have a full asset manager that can house and store. And in future cases, we will be helping auto-generate variations of those campaigns for you automatically and the creatives. And if you have a partner that generates those creatives for you, they can actually push that into here. Now, I'm going to show two more elements here before we finish because there's obviously a lot more here. It's a work in progress, but really excited about what's coming here over the next few months and the next full year in 2023. But we have a full email engine. This email engine allows you to activate your first party data. If you wanted to build a template for, say, the new year, you could actually design the entire template inside of our editor. And this is a full drag and drop editor, very much like you would expect out of MailChimp and whatnot. But you could also manage lists. These lists can be generated either by uploading the list, like pulling it from an export from a CRM or a DMS. You could also build it based on segments. These are the segments of individuals that fit a certain criteria based on all the data and events that we've collected about the individuals. So you simply build a segment list of people that have looked at electric vehicles, and that would generate you a list of emails to communicate with. We are working towards things like text messaging and other channels that would leverage the same core concept. Now, you could design both one-off campaigns or drip campaigns that are designed to go to a specific set of people with a specific message based on that segment or that list. But you could also use our automated emails. These are the emails that go out automatically based on the signals that individuals have shown throughout their journey. And then this is the email system, which is all driven by white labeled integration. This is driven by the dealer's own direct domain and not through Orbee's email system. This is effectively you sending your own emails. And finally, we have the ability to use all this rich data to customize the website. You can use the profile data that is now connected from the back end to the front end to basically change or really further enrich the experience on the website. As you can see, I've been on this website before and I was looking at this vehicle previously. It understands that. Now, another example is if I'm on a specific website and it knows I've had previous views of vehicles, it can do this. Now, why is this important and why is this different than the web vendor providing this? Is because you could actually do a much rich capability that connects all that data. And more importantly, if you're a dealership that has more than one rooftop and it gets more and more important the more rooftops you have. You could actually cross-pollinate this data. So we have customer journeys that span entire dealership groups. And that means the consumer could have been on your auto group website on one day, and then your individual brand websites over the course of multiple periods. So this individual has been on the GMC site, the main group site, inside of Chat, inside of Cadillac, and even inside of Kia. And so in these examples, you're really able to connect all those journeys, to tie it all together, segment those people, and then activate that data through marketing and advertising. So thank you very much. This is a very critical turning point for Orbee. We want to thank everyone for their support in the innovation that we are bringing to the industry with all of your collaboration. And it's been a great experience. Like I said earlier, this is a work in progress. We have a lot of work to do. And we are very committed to bring the best capabilities to this industry. Thank you very much. And really happy to participate in AWA 2023. See you all at NADA in Dallas, Texas. Thank you.
I hope this video just teased your interest in learning more about a CDP and the benefits to create a single source of truth for every customer in the CRM and DMS to better activate marketing campaigns, more efficiently reach through higher match rates, through better deliverability. And of course, this results in cost savings and the potential of increasing the lifetime value of every customer, because the cadence of those marketing messages can finally be controlled. Instead of having 3, 5, or 8 different people contacting your customers, you can centralize that level of outreach. If you have more questions on the Orbee CDP and their marketing automation that's included, just go to orbee.com and book a demo today.